Big Brother is here. Twitter will monitor users' behavior off platform. So my midget Nazi salute porn is not going to be safe? And perhaps the most intrusive move of social media platforms' efforts signal as much as virtue as possible to appear they're potentially regulating government overlords. Twitter has announced, try to say that 5 times fast, Twitter has announced that it's cracking down on what it defines as hate speech and not just looking at its own site. What right does Twitter have to monitor my internet usage, I wonder, legally? And what amounts to a major shift in Twitter's policy, Mashable's Karen Flynn reports that the company announced on Friday that it will be monitoring users' behavior on and off the platform and will suspend any users' accounts they affiliate with violent organizations, according to an update to Twitter's Help Center on Friday. Under abusive behavior, we believe in freedom of expression and open dialogue, but that means little as underlying philosophy if voices are silenced because the people are afraid to speak up. Does that count for Antifa? In order to ensure that people feel safe expressing diverse opinions and beliefs, you're joking, right? We prohibit behavior that crosses the line into abuse, including behavior that harasses, intimidates, or uses fear to silence another's voice. Context matters when evaluating for abusive behavior and determining appropriate enforcement actions, meaning they can change the rules if they don't like you or do like you. Factors we may take into consideration, but not limited to, whether the behavior is targeted at an individual or group of people. Does that count conservatives? The report has been filed by the target of the abuse or the bystander. The behavior is newsworthy and legitimate public interest. Violence. You may not specific threats of violence or wish for the serious physical harm, death, or disease of an individual or group of people that includes but not limited to threatening or promoting terrorism. So Antifa again, maybe? What about Punch a Nazi? Does that count? You may also not affiliate with an organization that, whether by its own statements or activity or both on or off the platform, uses or promotes violence against civilians and to further their cause. Black Lives Matter, maybe? Abuse. You may not engage in the target harassment of someone or inciting other people to do so. We consider it abusive behavior to attempt to harass, intimidate, or silence someone else's voice. Hateful contact. You may not promote violence against, threaten, or harass other people on the basis of race, ethnicity, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, religion affiliation, age, disability, or serious disease. Hateful imagery and display names. You may not use hateful images or symbols in your profile image or profile header. They also may use your username, display name, or profile bio to engage in abusive behavior such as targeted harassment or expressing hate towards a person, group, or protected category. Wow. Furthermore, Twitter says it controls the stream of information more broadly. At times, we may prevent certain contact from trending, like you don't already. As Karen Flynn notes, that these changes comes amid aggressive moves by Twitter to curb abuse and harassment on the site, after more than a decade of essentially letting the abuse operate freely. You're joking, right? Over the last week, they say this, yet they come out and they admit it in a Senate hearing that they'd actually gone through and blocked or knocked down half the hashtags that were against Hillary. Yet they're claiming they're only doing it now. What a load of crock. Over the last week, Twitter has taken action against these accounts with white supremacists. Twitter permanently banned Tim Trenstone Gwinnett, a prominent alt-right troll who widely known as Baked Alaska. You know what Tim was doing? Nothing. I don't know Tim, but I follow him on social media. He wasn't doing anything. So, look, you could probably make the case that some of his previous tweets, like maybe he tweeted something 6 months ago, but yeah, I've been meaning to make a video on that actually. It also removed the verification badge of Jason Kessler, one of the organisers of the, quote, racist Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, and other right activist Richard Spencer. Twitter's decision to monitor users off-site sparked concern from free speech advocates such as Andrew Tabor, founder and CEO of network Gab. This is a scary precedent to set, he wrote in an email to Mashable. Rules like this will only force dissidents and those who speaking the truth to power to silence themselves or risk being silenced by Twitter. That's why I'm already on Gab. Twitter's new rule will not enforce until December the 18th. Of course, if you're not doing anything wrong, why would this be an issue for you? Instant repost for any defending yet more intrusion with America's surveillance state. So, what's my take on all this? I see a huge problem with this. Mainly because we now have Twitter trying to be a Orwellian state and trying to take the position of government. I'm sorry, I don't want to live in a technocracy, okay? Fuck you, Twitter. No offense, but no. And at the end of the day, them monitoring your on and off Twitter platform usage, that gets me worried too, because the only way they can be doing that is through cookies. So what, they're going to be accessing your computer and stuff now? I don't know, I really got to look into this, because this is starting to get some scary shit. Also, we know that they're not going to be going through and monitoring what the left is doing. This will solely affect the right. The right, the centrists, the liberals who aren't progressive. If you aren't progressive, this will affect you. Guarantee. I know people are going to say, oh, they're just making it more user-friendly. No, they're not. That is a complete load of bullshit. For example, when YouTube went through and brought this new limited state, everybody was like, they're just going to target terrorist videos. Really? Because the first video that was one of the first videos that was hit was Black Pigeon Speak. And he's not ISIS. So, how does that work exactly? Yeah, we know this is going to affect the left, liberals. We know this is going to affect the conservatives. We know it's going to affect the right. And we know it's going to affect the centrists. The only people that aren't going to be affected are the progressives. So your Black Lives Matter, your Antifas, anyone going around blasting 72 genders in their profile picture. That is all that's going to be left on Twitter. They're going to end up banning everybody else. They're going to make an echo chamber, which is the worst thing they can do. And at the end of the day, no one is going to be listening to anybody else. It is going to divide the country even more because you've got echo chamber over here, you've got echo chamber over here. This is why I keep saying to people to jump on Gab. I know a lot of people say about Gab, they go, oh, I don't like Gab because of the alt-rights on there. I get that, I do. But to be honest, I haven't seen any of it. I haven't seen anyone going on about F the Jews or anything like that, and I've been on there for about 6 months. And at the end of the day, if you do have a problem with a platform being right-wing and you're left, join it. Balance the scales a little bit. Andrew has said that he wants both left and right on Gab. He has no problems with anybody being on there as long as you obey free speech rules. So at the end of the day, join the platform and, yeah, enjoy it. That's what I have to say about that. But I don't know, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you see a problem with Twitter doing this? Do you think this is not going to be a problem? Let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like if you're new. Channel welcome and subscribe. And apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great day and enjoy.